G'day, I'm Dr. Mike. When I'm not hanging out with Jake and Olivia at All About Animals, I'm working at Vet Products Direct. It's an online shop with thousands of discounted pet care products, and you can talk to vets and vet nurses who care about your pet as much as you do. Use promotion code ANIMALS to receive 5% off your order plus free postage anywhere in Australia. I'll see you at vetproductsdirect.com.au and enjoy the show.
This program is proudly brought to you by Vet Products Direct, Holistic Select and the Woolmark Company. Get ready for another great show of All About Animals. I'm Olivia and this is Jake.
On today's show, I visit Paradise Country in Queensland
And I get some new tips for Pony Club.
and after the show, make sure you go to our website and enter the great competitions for your pet. Plus, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
So let's get into today's show of
All About Animals. Paradise Country is on the Gold Coast and is said to be the home of the ultimate Aussie farm experience. I got to hand feed and pat the kangaroos. Kangaroos are native Australian animals and are the largest of the marsupials. Did you know that they can't walk? They can only hop around because their back feet move together. Then I went to see another Australian animal, the koala. They only live in trees and only eat eucalyptus leaves, nothing else. When they're not munching on leaves, they spend 18 to 20 hours sleeping every single day. I think that's because there isn't much nutrition in eucalyptus leaves, so they need to sleep to conserve energy.
Her name's Prada. Hello, Prada.
I even got to hold one named Prada. She was so cute.
Just down nice and slow in the back, that's alright. They're gum leaves.
Check out those claws. They help them to climb the big trees to get the fresh leaves. Next was a visit to the Aussie farmyard where I got to pat and feed lots of very cute and friendly farm animals like piglets, lambs, goats, even alpacas. Luckily, they were happy being fed, so no spitting today. But it didn't finish there. I then went to learn all about different breeds of sheep in the sheep shearing shed.
So here we have the Suffolk. Now the Suffolk is the leading meat-producing breed of sheep we have here in Australia. Now the Wiltshire Horn, on the other hand, we don't have to shear this one at all. His wool comes out all by itself all year round. Now here we have the mighty Merino. Now this is the most common breed of sheep we have here in Australia, if not the whole world.
What an awesome day with so many different animals to see at Paradise Country.
Today, I'm going to show you what I do at Pony Club events and rallies. First, I need to unload Kite from his float. The tailgate is quite heavy, so luckily Jake is there to lend a hand. Then it's Kite's turn to get involved. Time to come out, boy! I then lead him up to find a stable. This is where he can rest and in between lessons stay dry if it's raining. Better not forget to clean up any mess left behind. Now I love using a horsefly annex because they're great for sleeping in overnight at an event or just getting out of the sun and into the shade during the day. Then I set up my tack and lay everything out. We have to go to gear check before the day starts. This is where the chief instructor checks that all my tack is clean, safe and fits kite correctly. I always make sure my tack is clean. Right, now to get Kite to tack him up. A good brush is essential to make sure he's clean of dirt and molting hair. I always clean out his hooves to make sure there's no stones or rocks that could hurt his feet. Then it's time to saddle him up. Kite is such a good boy and he's used to all the preparation now. I like to wear riding gloves to keep my hands warm in winter, but also so I don't get blisters on my hands. The final finish is to paint his hooves so they're nice and shiny to present to gear check. And then we're ready to go! Into the arena to wait for the fun activities to start. To find out more about the flow awning, go to camec.com.au. Today, we're back at Para Hills Vet Clinic to talk to Dr. Mike about turtles.
So today, Dr. Mike, I'd like to learn something about turtles.
They can be an absolutely fantastic pet. Take Terry here. So Terry is very aptly named because Terry is short for terrapin.
Terrapin, okay.
Terrapin's the scientific name for turtles. In Australia, we've got more than 30 different species of freshwater turtle. First thing you really want to start to explore, if you're interested in keeping one as a pet, is what are the laws and regulations in your local area. So check out with your state departments, like your Department of Agriculture or that sort of thing. They'll tell you what are the legal requirements associated with keeping a pet like Terry.
So what's the best way to keep a turtle?
Turtles need to have at least part of their time in the water. So for example, when they feed, it has to be in the water. The best thing to set them up for their home is an aquarium that's probably about 1 metre in length.
Oh, okay.
Half of it should be dry land and half water. The water needs to be of a depth so that they can completely turn over. So if we take Terry here, for example, the water needs to be deeper than the width of his shallop.
And what sort of food would Terry eat?
Turtles are carnivores, so they definitely need to eat meat. But if you only feed them meat, that's not going to be a balanced diet. I mean, if you just ate steak all the time, that wouldn't work, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
You can get some really good quality meat and veggie combinations. Oftentimes people feed their turtles frozen food, and it's a well-balanced meat and vegetable combination. Interestingly, they only need to be fed a couple of times a week, so you might feed them between 3 and 5 days a week.
Okay.
I don't think that'd suit me very well, but for Terry, that's just absolutely perfect.
Oh, that's great.
During the winter months, you'll notice that he'll be much slower and he'll almost go into a state of hibernation. Doesn't need anywhere near as much food. Not anything to be worried about, just keep his water clean and he'll be right.
So how do you know if he's a boy or a girl?
Yeah, with Terry, it's actually very hard to tell. If you're a herpetologist, which means that you're a specialist in turtles, which I'm not, you can actually look underneath and look at the shape of their shell and tell whether Terry is Terry or Terralina. But I actually don't know. I guess we probably have to wait and see if she lays eggs.
And do they have any special needs?
They do have one really unusual need, and that's a need for ultraviolet light. It's something that they need to help create the vitamin inside them. You can provide that in 2 ways. You can either have a special UV lamp that you have in their aquarium during the day, or you can just put them outside. But they'll need about 30 minutes of sunlight a day to get the vitamins that they need.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, Dr. Mike.
Great. Thanks, Terry.
He's out of here. This week, George is going to teach Candy how to walk off a lead. Remember last time, I had no control over her at all. So let's see how George can help me.
Today, Jake, we're going to teach your dog to follow you and not run away, because it wants to run away whenever you let it off lead, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So we're going to go to an exercise. Now, we've changed from the Holtee to a normal Martindale because it can be dangerous on a Holtee if she runs off to crank her neck. So this is just a normal Martindale collar, which can't choke her.
Okay.
We have a 4.5 metre lead, which I use to teach her that when you're free at this stage, we can't afford to let you off because you're going to run away. So before we can let a dog run off lead, we need to make sure we have effective control.
Okay.
So we're going to teach her that although free, the word free does not mean, or off you go, it doesn't mean you can run away. You've got 4.5 metres of freedom. You can sniff around, but you have to come when called, and you have to stay within the vicinity of us, and you can't run after other dogs or birds, etc. Basically, wherever she goes for the first few minutes, I'm going to go the other way, making sure she's aware of me and she follows me. I become the leader and she becomes the follower. So wherever she's going to go, I'm going to go the other way, and then I'm going to introduce the word wait and the word come.
All right.
Good. Come on. Wait. Come on. Wait. Candy, come. Good girl. We're getting there, Jake. There's a bit of work to do. She's a bit stubborn, this dog. She's quite headstrong and wants to do things her way.
Yeah.
And we've got to maybe get across to her that
That's not the
should
case.
be our way. So, do you want to have a go at it?
All right, let's have a
So
go.
you don't have to get this right again. We'll practice and
So I put that, hold
practice
that.
makes. Put that through your arm.
Put it through.
Through, and
then hold it.
that,
Okay.
and off you go.
Okay.
Call her up, call her.
Candy.
Turn around the other way. Yep, now just turn and say, come on,
Come on.
and go, keep going. Good. Good, and praise.
Come.
Now turn around and go the other way, Jake.
Good girl.
I'm going to join you. Now drop the lead.
Drop the lead.
Keep going. So she's walking off lead now.
Oh,
And
cool.
we're going to stop.
Yep.
So wait.
Wait.
Now call her to. Say, come on.
Come.
And head off. Let's walk. So this is the beginning of off-lead training. She's starting to focus on us. We have to be maybe focused on what we're doing,
Yep.
not what she's doing. Leader doesn't focus on his followers. So we'll stop here again. And
Wow.
leave. And we're going to turn and you call us. Say, come on.
Come on.
Just wait here. Good girl. And let's head off again. Come on. Got the idea? She's starting to get it.
Yeah,
Let's stop
yeah.
again. Wait. Give her a pat.
Good
Now
girl.
you call her. Say, come on.
Come on. So that's good. She's on the
We're getting there, Jake.
Yeah, we're getting there.
This is your homework.
Okay.
So we can't afford to let this dog run free and get an idea that she can run and you can't get her. So
Yeah.
we're going to go back to maybe a lead for a month or two,
Yep.
a long lead. Make sure you don't call her if you can't make her come. If you call her and say come and then you don't make her come, she's going to understand that she doesn't have to come in. You can't make her.
Okay.
So at this stage, unless we have treats or a ball, something she's going to come back for, or we've got her on a lead where we can make her come, I wouldn't call her.
Okay.
If she's playing with a dog or chasing a bird and I say come, and she doesn't come, I'm wasting it.
That sounds good.
Thanks, Jake.
No worries.
See you again
thank
next
you.
week.
Try George's tips yourself. Use a long leash to teach your dog to follow you and come when called. Focus on where you are going, not what your dog is doing. Start dropping the leash when your dog responds consistently to the commands, and gradually introduce more distractions. Remember, your dog will only follow if you are the leader. Please visit sitdropstay.com.au for more information. So James, on the last show we looked at carding. Can you talk us through the next process?
Sure. Well, after we've carded the wool, the next process is combing it. The most important thing about combing is that we get the short fibres out of the carded wool. So we've just got nice, long staple length fibres in our combed wool to then spin into yarn. So this is some wool top. This has been combed, and as you can see, we've got a nice smooth sliver here. It's come out of the comb and been wound onto this bobbin. And then after this sliver of wool top is fed into a drawing machine, and the drawing machine basically pulls the fibres narrower and narrower into what's called a roving, and when we've got a roving, it can then go in to be spun into a yarn.
So would this be one sheep's wool?
No, there'd probably be a few sheep's worth of wool in this bobbin of wool top here. This is probably about 4 or 5 kilos of wool. Each sheep probably yields about 4 to 5 kilos of greasy wool. About 30% of that is washed away in grease and dirt, so up to 3 kilos of clean wool per sheep. And with the other processes we do, each time we process the wool, we lose a little bit in wastage, or what we call yield loss. So I'd say there's probably about 2 to 3 sheep's worth of wool in this bobbin.
So explain what these bags are.
Well, the processes that we've been talking about, we started at the very start with greasy wool. As you can see, we clean it, and this is some scoured wool here, which is just wool that's been cleaned from greasy form. This is carding that we looked at before, so you can see we've aligned the fibres so that they're all running in the same direction now, having come off the card. And then this here, wool top, which is equally in that bag there, is what's prepared for drawing and then spinning. When we comb the wool, all of the short fibres from the carded wool drop out in that process, and they form what's called knowle. So this little packet here has some knowle in it, and that's short fibre wool that falls out as part of the combing process, which we reuse and on-sell as a byproduct. But we don't want that wool in our nice wool top that goes to be spun into our yarns.
All right, awesome.
For more information, go to merino.com.
Hey guys, I got today's joke.
Oh,
All right,
okay,
tell us.
Why did the crow sit on the telephone wire?
Because he wanted to get electrocuted?
No.
No?
Olivia?
Not sure.
So he can make a long distance call. You get it?
Don't you get it?
Yeah. Hi, today I'm talking with Cara from the Lost Dogs of Adelaide. Hi, Cara.
Hi Olivia, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. So how does the Lost Dogs of Adelaide work?
Okay, so basically in 2010 Lost Dogs of Adelaide was created on Facebook. From 2010 to 2012 now we have over 8,000 followers. Basically what we do is we have people that comment on our page with pictures or pictures of found pets or missing pets, and what we do is we create a post and we tag different areas and different Facebook pages to kind of make everyone aware of it. Usually within maybe the day the missing pet or the lost pet will actually be found, and then we move it on to our happily ever after. But sadly we still do have quite a lot of missing cats, missing dogs and birds as well.
So what type of pets do you help with?
We help with all kinds of pets. We've had birds, we've had rabbits, we've had mice, we've got cats and dogs and horses. We've still got a couple of missing horses that are in our albums as well, so we're not restricted to only dogs. It's just that Facebook wouldn't allow us to change our name from Lost Dogs of Adelaide to kind of Lost Pets of Adelaide or something like that after a certain amount of likers.
Do you have any you can show us today?
Yeah, I've actually got 2 here today. First off is Pippa. So Pippa was taken from her Bridgewater home in February this year. She's been gone for about 2 months now. She's got a $2,500 award on her. She just asked anyone that with any information to, pass on to her because she really does miss her dog. Apart from Pippa as well, we've got Roscoe, who's missing in the northern suburbs, who urgently needs medication as well, and he's been missing for about a month or 2 now. They're asking no questions asked. If you just take him straight into a vet, that they'll pay for any vet treatment, etc.
And does microchipping help?
Microchipping definitely does help. Microchipping is probably the best way to as an identification because it's always in them. It's not battery operated. It's in a little case, and it's the size of a rice grain.
Then we spoke to Ben about his experience with Lost Dogs of Adelaide.
So Ben, tell us, how did you find Bailey through the Lost Dogs of Adelaide?
Well, at first I wasn't sure. I wanted to go to the council. I wanted to find him any means necessary, and I couldn't really because I was at work. So a friend of mine said, try Lost Dogs of Adelaide on Facebook, and sure enough, there he was right in the middle of their posts.
Oh, wow, okay.
Picture of him, yeah.
Oh, wow. So how far away was he when he was found?
He was lost in Salisbury, and I found him from Noarlunga.
Oh, wow.
Over 100 kilometres away.
Yeah, he certainly came a long way.
But yeah, it's a lot easier than going through the council. Facebook was quick, very quick.
So how long did it take for you to find him?
I'd say only about an hour.
An hour? Oh, wow. So this is like pretty instant, yeah?
Instant, yeah.
And Ben, how did you lose him?
Well, he dug out He's quite a digger.
Yeah?
And yeah, he moved about 20 kilos of bricks. So
Wow.
still to this day, we don't know how he did it, but...
Must have been pretty determined. Well, it's great to know that he's had a happy ending. And on behalf of Holistic Select, I want to give you this bag of dog food which is filled with natural ingredients, especially for Bailey.
Thank you. He can dig out again.
Yeah, he'll need it.
So for your chance to win a year's supply of Holistic Select pet food, go to allaboutanimalz.tv and enter the competition.
Viewer Pets is brought to you by Para Hills Vet Clinic. Yes, it's that time again. Viewers Pets. I get lots and lots of great photos of your pets emailed in, and I love looking through them all. I've picked out a few to share with you, so let's take a look. Our first viewer pet has been sent in by 6-year-old Darcy, who has a pet rabbit. Darcy's rabbit is called Toby. He is 1 and shares the same birthday as her. His favourite treats are strawberries and carrots. Toby has been house trained to use the kitty litter tray to go to the toilet. Darcy's mum and dad have to chase Toby all around the house to get him to go to bed at night, which is so funny to watch. Our next photo has been sent in by Talia, who has a tricolour border collie called Sophie. Sophie is 18 months old. She's very smart and loves to play with all sorts of toys. She loves to chase everything. She'll bring Talia a torch and drop it in her lap. Talia shines it on the floor and Sophie will chase the light all around the room. Sophie has won a few competitions showing off her tricks and she loves to dress up. Our last viewer pet for today has been sent in by Caitlin, who is 7 from Winslow in Victoria. Caitlin has a ram called Dodge, who is nearly 12 months old. Caitlin and her family bottle-fed Dodge and 3 ewes, and they all still love getting patted. Dodge is starting to grow horns. He's grown up so quickly and loves running around the paddock. So to have your pet on our show, just email info@allaboutanimalz.tv with 3 photos of you and your pet, 5 things about your pet, and your name, age, suburb and state. And don't forget to enter our awesome competitions at allaboutanimalz.tv.
One of my favourite places to visit is the Harndorf Farm Barn, and today we get to speak with Snowy from Mix 102.3 about the very cool barn owl.
So Snowy, what do you love most about the barn owl?
One thing I don't like is when they do a poo, because that goes all over you and it runs. But what I do love about them is so many things. They're just an amazing bird. They're gorgeous. They're just so unique. The way that they hunt, being a raptor, they are just phenomenal hunters. But I think it's just the fact that you just don't see a whole lot of owls in captivity, nor actually out in the wild. So to have one and to be able to come in every night and sit with him with a glass of Coke and feed him, it's just the best. They are an amazing animal. Fantastic.
So Snowy, I've heard that they've got lots of different names.
Yeah, barn owls actually have about 15 different names, all for the one bird. So you get the monkey owl, you get the hobby owl, you get the doggy owl, you get the ghost owl, you get the devil owl. So they've all got the same name, but the most common name for these little guys is the barn owl.
Oh, awesome. And what do they eat?
Look, they love mice.
They love
Absolutely
mice?
chow down on mice or any rodents for that matter, so little rats. They also love frogs.
Yep.
They'll eat some insects, and also too, it's been said that they actually will eat some fish as well in their diet. Or even sometimes a little baby chicken.
Oh, lovely. And how long do they live for?
These guys can actually live up to about 10 to 11 years in the wild. In captivity, it's been said that one lived in New Zealand till it was about 25 years old.
Wow.
And another one in the United Kingdom that lived till about 17 years old.
Okay. Is this the same owl that would be used in the Harry Potter movies?
Similar. There was about 150 owls that were actually used in the Harry Potter movie.
Really?
But they were a different breed that are specific to the United Kingdom, where this guy's more your Australian owl.
Oh, okay. And what unique features do they have?
These guys have some incredible features. One is their ear. They have no earlobes. They have one right up here and one right down there.
Yep.
So they can actually hear in 3D. Their eyeballs actually don't move, so if they want to see something, they actually need to turn their head completely, and they can actually turn their head 270 degrees.
Really?
Yep. The other amazing thing is their talons. These talons are absolutely razor sharp, so when they catch their prey, they hold on. But not just that too, their feathers have a little hair like we actually have on our arms.
Yep.
So if you feel your arms, and those hairs are used to deaden sound. Okay, and as well as that, their wingtips are tipped up like that, so when they fly, that stops that swoosh sound that you'll hear other birds do. So they're an amazing hunter, very quiet, and that's why so many mice and rats get caught.
Oh, wow.
That's it for today's show. Thanks for watching.
Now it's time for you to visit our website and enter the great competitions for your pet. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
So, see you next time.
lovers from around the globe are wrapping themselves into the record books. The Woolmark Company presents the world's longest social scarf. Join us at wrappedinmerino.com.